Hey guys, it's Luciano Saber with Aspiring Hollywood. Today's guest is Michele Vega, who was a fundraiser before she became a filmmaker. You don't want to miss this interview. Now, before we go to Michele, I want to talk to you a little bit about Aspiring Hollywood and what this website's all about. Well, it was developed for aspiring filmmakers, entertainers, artists all over the world. And we're going to bring to you interviews with working professionals, people that are working in Hollywood currently. And we're going to talk to them about what was their defining moment. What was that one thing that separated them from wanting to be in Hollywood to actually being a working professional and making a living at it? We're going to do this through very educational, inspirational, and motivational interviews. Now, what if you're saying that you're not interested in making a living in Hollywood? Well, this show is for you too, because you may have a favorite TV show or a favorite feature film. Well, it's here that you can see the people that most likely worked on these TV shows or on the feature films, talk about their careers, about their defining moment, about their struggles, about their passion, and so forth. So this show is really for everybody. So visit us often, because we have a new interview every single week. Thank you for watching. I'm Luciano Saber for Aspiring Hollywood. See you next time.
Hi, my name is Michele Vega, and this is Aspiring Hollywood. This is my interview. The latest project that I just completed is a feature film called My Trip Back to the Dark Side. And it's a sequel to the first movie called My Trip to the Dark Side. So it's about a producer that is pretty well known, and he goes into production on a film, and he goes through the process of getting a film funded, which is a nightmare. And he gets ready to start shooting and loses his funding, which is something that, you know, is disastrous. And it seems like, you know, just a once in a lifetime thing, like you never think, but it's really, really common. So he wants this film to be made. So he tries to get alternate funding. So he comes up with this idea to get funding really quick, that he is going to write a script for an adult film. And he goes and he meets with an adult film producer, and he tries to cut a deal with him so that he can make this film really quick, make the money, and get back to his film. Well, that world is a little different, and it doesn't go well for him, and he ends up losing his script, and he ends up losing the funding as well. So this is a continuation of the story where he gets back together with the producer, who's played by Sean Kanan, and they, you know, the plot thickens because now Sean is trying to, well, his character is trying to get the money for his next feature, and he's actually embezzling money from the mob. So hijinks ensue, and you know, it goes on from there. But what was really great about the sequel is that we had a bigger budget, and we got some really cool locations. So we shot on top of the HBN building downtown, and at night, and helicopters were buzzing by. It was really a beautiful set. It was just spectacular, and to be that, we were, I think, 29 stories off the ground. It was crazy, and it was just, you know, and then, you know, the right lighting, it was just magical. It was, you know, really like being on a movie set, but it was, you know, it was very surreal. This is a really, really crazy story. When I was 15, my uncle remarried. He had like a bit of a midlife crisis, and he remarried a girl who was 21, who looked identical to me. People thought that we were twin sisters. So, and she was a model and an actress, and she would she was doing so well, and my uncle was a little bit not supportive of her career. So what she would do is she would get jobs, and she would tell me, hey, can you go show up on set and just be me? All you have to do is just do what they say, sign my name, and I'll give you half the money. And I was like, huh. so I did it for a year and a half, and I did like 50 or 60 industrial films, and you know, my big hit was when I was demonstrating how to, you know, operate machinery and use the seatbelt. So we were on about take 47 of how you operate a seatbelt, and I'm clicking and clicking, and the director is looking at me and he's like, it's just not working. And I said, you know, I think that if you, and he looked at me and he said, oh, we have an actress that thinks, call her agent, and fired me off the set. Yeah, I was 16 and I got fired off, and I was like, I have been working in this town. I will not. And I stamped off the set, and I was like, I will never do this again. I don't want to be an actress. I'm never doing this again. So I kind of put it down. I picked up a camera and I learned photography, and I started shooting still photography, and just kind of did it as a hobby here and there. And I put it aside for about 15 years. I was a fundraiser, and I worked in nonprofits, and I raised money. And one day my city said, hey, let's do a rejuvenation project. So I said, well, having a film festival, that's kind of, you know, a fun thing. So I met some filmmakers, and, you know, they were on the board, and they were saying, oh, it's so hard. You know, I'm trying to finish my film. I need money for it. And I was like, oh, well, I know how to get money. I'm a fundraiser. So I got him finishing funds for his film. And when I gave him the money, I got it from donors. And donors, you know, they give money. They're not used to getting anything back. And he said, wait, how did you get money? Like, what are the terms on this? I'm like, no, it's a gift. It's just a gift. And he was shocked. And he said, well, okay, but I'm not a nonprofit. And I went to my donor, and my donor was like, I mean, okay, if I get the money back, I do. And, you know, so that was in February. December, finished his film, got the money back, and went back to my donor and said, here's your money back. Wow. And so they were really excited, and they're like, well, hey, can you set up another deal like this? Because I was able to get the money, I was getting FedEx scripts. He told everyone I got this money, and so I would literally open my door, and I would have a stack of scripts that were in email, or that were mailed to me, and so it was crazy. So I Forrest Gumped my way into being a producer, and so I started reading scripts, and I developed an eye for it. And my friends that I had worked with and went to high school with were actually now doing things in the movie industry, and they called me and they said, hey, you're getting scripts, would you be interested in, you know, putting something together? And I said, okay, and I picked it back up after 15 years. What the technology is, you know, where things are going, things are moving away from film. Film is super expensive, and, you know, the way the business was, it used to be that you have a script, you run around, you try and get the financing for it, you get lucky, you get the financing for it, then you have to, you know, it's huge amounts of money. It's, you know, $150,000 just to get started, and then you have to deal with the film and all of that. Now it's not like that anymore. You know, you take any camera and you can shoot it, and now you can shoot in HD, and I heard there's a cell phone coming out with an HD camera on, a video camera on it, and you shoot it, and it's all in, it's come full circle. It's not about money anymore. Now it's about talent. And so I'm really excited. People are like, oh, the entertainment business, but I'm really excited. I think it's a fantastic time that people who have talent, they have the ability to show it. They have the ability to rise above. I mean, before it's, you know, if you can get the money, you can get stuff made. Now, if you have talent, it shows. You can throw it on YouTube and get 1 million hits, and now you have the vehicle and the ability to do it. And apparently that was something that I was able to do, because the one little thing that I did just snowballed into many different things. You know, it's all about meeting people and, you know, being professional, being on time, doing what you say, keeping your word, and, you know, just moving forward and keeping it about the arts. You know, I learned really young that, you know, everyone was like, wow, you're an actress, and that must be so cool. And it's being on set, in front of a camera, it's you know, it's maintaining your look. It's, you know, it's a lot of work that goes into it. So you have to, if you treat it like a business, you're going to be successful. If you treat it like a job, you're going to be successful. If you treat it like, wow, this is fun, it's cool, you're going to burn yourself out real fast. You know, you don't always have to be the one on camera to be part of a movie and feel the special magic that it is to make a movie. And, you know, I kind of related it to making a movie is kind of like having a baby. You know, you just have to, you know, once you commit to it, you commit to it. It's your baby. You grow it, you mold it, and you know, it's part of you. And you know, it helps you to throw everything into it. Your personality comes out, your ambition, and you know, and it becomes a piece of history. You know, something on film, it's forever. Yeah. Something on the internet is super forever. So. I know. You have that moment where it's like, you know, you're just hooked, and you know, it's really, it's like nothing else. It's really, and you just have to keep going. You just have to, you know, the disappointments and the, you know, and the mistakes. You have to really be focused and enjoy it, and realize it's a very special job. It has a lot of merits. It has a lot of great moments, but for each one, there's 50 horrible ones behind it. When you're making a movie, and when you're, you know, from start to finish, everybody starts with it's going to go to theaters and be a blockbuster. But what people don't realize is that from the finance side of it, that's someone's hard-earned money. And that money that goes into it, every production has a cost. At the bare minimum, you have to feed people, and that's a hard cost. And you know, that money, you have a responsibility to see it through and get that money back, make that money work, because it's an investment. You know, it's movie business. It's not movie, you know, it's show business. It's not show friends. So, you know, it's a big responsibility, and a lot of times directors don't take it seriously, and they're like, no, I need more, I need more, I need more. And it's, you know, you have to be fiscally responsible, and that's what helps you to go from project to project to project.